time to grow up, girls, like fast. Like this is the player that got you off the airline that was bright yellow.
Sports analyst Colin Cowherd has never shied away from controversy, but what he just revealed about Caitlin Clark has fans stunned, confused, and furious. In a moment that's lighting up headlines, Cowherd exposed a side of Clark that few saw coming, and it's sparking massive backlash. His claims weren't just surprising. They've cast a shadow over one of basketball's fastest rising stars. So, is this the harsh truth no one wanted to admit, or a media hit job gone too far? Either way, Caitlin's reputation may never be the same after this. Colin Cowherd predicts Michael Jordan's fate for Caitlin Clark. In a powerful segment on his show, Colin Cowherd drew a striking and thought-provoking comparison between Caitlin Clark's current situation in the WNBA and Michael Jordan's early years in the NBA. His remarks weren't just about statistics or talent. They pointed to something deeper. The way dominance on the court invites physical retaliation, and how both Jordan and Clark became immediate targets the moment they broke through with undeniable brilliance. When Michael Jordan entered the NBA, he wasted no time making his presence felt. Right from his rookie season, he was a scoring machine, averaging an astounding 28.2 points per game. It was clear to everyone watching, defenders simply couldn't keep up. His style was electric, his moves unstoppable, and his confidence radiated on every possession. But in his second year, things changed. Not because he slowed down, but because defenders realized they couldn't stop him legally. So, they turned up the physical aggression. In just the first few games of his sophomore season, Jordan again dropped more than 28 points in 2 out of 3 games. That was all defenders needed to see. They started playing him with bruising intensity. And eventually, that physical pressure took its toll. Jordan suffered a serious foot injury that kept him off the court for 4 months. Cowherd sees a mirror image of this happening with Caitlin Clark. Just like Jordan, Clark didn't ease her way into professional basketball. She stormed in. In her rookie season in the WNBA, she averaged 19.2 points and 8.4 assists per game, an incredible feat for any newcomer. Her creativity, shot-making, and court vision stunned the league. By the end of the season, she'd rightfully earned her place on the All-WNBA first team. But her quick rise to stardom has also come at a cost. Now, in her second year, Clark is facing a level of physical defense that borders on recklessness. According to Cowherd, defenders are throwing themselves at her in desperation, playing tough, sometimes borderline dangerous basketball just to contain her. And worse, officials seem to be turning a blind eye. The officiating has changed, Cowherd said. Last night she got hurt again. Officials are letting a lot of stuff go that almost feels inappropriate. This lack of protection is beginning to show. Clark has been repeatedly knocked around and is struggling to stay fully healthy as the season progresses. To Cowherd, it's a sign not of weakness, but of greatness. The league hasn't figured out how to stop her skillfully, so the only option left seems to be physical punishment, just like what Jordan faced in the 80s. In year 1, you're like, wow, nobody plays like that, Cowherd said. In year 2, Michael Jordan got hurt. And in year 2, Caitlin Clark is getting banged up. Why did MJ get hurt early? Because they were tackling him. Nobody knew how to stop him. By comparing Clark's experience with that of Michael Jordan, Cowherd isn't just hyping her up. He's pointing to a deeper truth about greatness in sports. When an athlete changes the game, opponents respond with fear, and that fear often shows up as raw physicality. Caitlin Clark, like MJ, is being treated not just as a player, but as a problem that needs solving. Cowherd's comparison looks valid, as the facts are well articulated. However, what remains unclear is how the recklessness affected her. Let's delve into the details of Caitlin's reckless encounters in court. Caitlin Clark's Jordan-like test of greatness. Caitlin Clark is no stranger to pressure, but this season has thrown more at her than anyone anticipated. As one of the brightest stars in the WNBA, Clark is learning the hard way that greatness often comes with a price, And right now, it's her body, her rhythm, and possibly her all-star appearance. Already forced to sit out 5 games early in the 2025 WNBA season, Clark seemed to suffer a painful setback during the Indiana Fever's recent win over the Connecticut Sun. Just moments after dishing out a slick pass, she clutched her groin and limped toward the sideline, her face twisted in pain, tears forming in her eyes. It wasn't just physical, it looked emotional too. The All-Star game is just around the corner, but her availability is suddenly uncertain. And even when she's on the court, Clark has been facing an onslaught of physical play. Opponents are bumping, pushing, and bodying her up nearly every possession. It's the kind of physicality that borders on excessive. Yet the whistles from officials have been frustratingly silent. The lack of foul calls isn't just throwing off her game, it's draining her physically and mentally. The result? A noticeable shooting slump. Her signature sharpness has dulled under the weight of constant contact. But according to sports analyst Colin Cowherd, all of this proves one thing. Caitlin Clark is already a force to be reckoned with. Just like Michael Jordan in his second NBA season, Clark is commanding so much respect, bordering on fear, that defenders are going to extreme lengths just to slow her down. And when players start drawing that kind of attention early in their careers, it's a clear sign that they're reshaping the game. The comparison to Jordan is bold, yet not without merit. In 1986, a young MJ, fresh off a foot injury, exploded in the playoffs with a jaw-dropping 43.7 points per game average. It was a legendary performance that shut down critics and marked the beginning of a dynasty. Now, Clark stands at a similar crossroads. Her mission is clear. Rise above the pain, the fouls not called, the bruises, and the doubters. Like Jordan, she'll need to dig deep, fuel her fire, and deliver a comeback that not only saves her season, but defines her legacy. It won't be easy. Battling through a nagging injury, under the weight of immense pressure, she must find a way to reclaim her rhythm and remind the world why she's the most talked about name in women's basketball. But can she pull it off? The question lingers like a buzzer beater hanging in the air. Clark's resilience, her competitive spirit, and her basketball IQ suggest she can. She's already shown flashes of brilliance this season, breaking down elite defenses, leading fast breaks, and inspiring millions. Her court vision remains unparalleled, and her leadership hasn't faltered, even when her shots have. That kind of inner strength doesn't vanish in the face of adversity. If anything, it grows. Still, the challenge ahead is steep. The WNBA is watching. Fans are hoping, and critics are waiting to pounce. To silence the noise, she may need her own Jordan moment, a stretch of games so dominant that it erases all doubts and injuries fade into the background of her greatness. Whether it's in the second half of the season or in a playoff push, Clark must channel her frustration, protect her body, and rise with renewed intensity. Caitlin Clark faces intense pressure and injury setbacks, but with determination and talent, she may turn adversity into greatness. Her next move could define her legendary rise. As Caitlin continues to break records, she also added to her list of adversaries who take it rough on her. Let's dig further into the details of her vulnerability in the court. Caitlin Clark, targeted and unprotected. During the Indiana Fever's hard-fought win over the Connecticut Sun, Caitlin Clark once again found herself at the center of controversy, not for her dazzling performance, but for the way she was treated on the court. In a dramatic moment during the third quarter, chaos erupted. First, Clark was swiped across the eye by J.C. Sheldon, a dangerous and painful contact. Barely seconds later, she was sent crashing to the floor by Marina Mabrey in what many fans and analysts believed was a blatant foul, possibly even warranting an ejection. Shockingly, Marina Mabrey remained in the game, receiving only a technical foul. Even more baffling, Clark was also issued a technical for reacting after being poked in the eye. This sparked outrage across social media, reigniting a long-running debate about how the WNBA referees handle situations involving Clark. Caitlin Clark, the former college phenom turned professional star, has never asked for special treatment. Her fans aren't demanding that she be pampered or shielded from the physical side of the game. In fact, Clark has consistently proven that she's more than capable of handling tough competition and intense physicality. She's gritty, resilient, and mentally sharp. But what's becoming increasingly difficult to ignore is the growing list of questionable plays involving her that go unpunished or are under-penalized. Plays that, if the roles were reversed or the player wasn't Clark, might easily result in flagrants or even ejections. This isn't an isolated incident either. The infamous hip check by Chennedy Carter earlier in the season was one of the most blatant examples, where Clark was knocked off her feet in a play that looked more like something out of a wrestling ring than a basketball game. That moment, too, drew widespread criticism, yet the league's response was lukewarm at best. Here's the crux of the issue. Clark isn't just any rookie. She's arguably the most valuable player in the league, not just in terms of points or assists, but in sheer economic and cultural impact. She has brought in record-breaking viewership, sold-out arenas, and unprecedented fan engagement to the WNBA. And yet, she appears to be receiving the least protection on the floor. Naturally, Clark draws extra attention from defenders. That's part of being great. And of course, physicality is a natural component of competitive sports. But there is a line between playing hard and playing recklessly. And that line has been crossed too many times in Clark's case, with little to no consequences for the offenders. The problem lies not just with the players, but with the referees and league officials. Time and again, the WNBA has failed to properly manage these situations. These are not just missed calls, they are repeated oversights that send a troubling message. When physical aggression goes unpunished, it becomes normalized. And when that aggression is aimed at the league's brightest young star, it raises questions about consistency, fairness, and even safety. Despite all this, Clark continues to rise. Against the Sun, she put on another brilliant performance, undeterred by the rough play and questionable officiating. She seems to brush these moments off with the same composure she uses to hit three-pointers under pressure. But fans, analysts, and even fellow athletes are beginning to voice a shared concern. How much longer will this go on? Ironically, the special treatment Clark was once rumored to receive has turned out to be the exact opposite. Instead of calls going in her favor, she's become the victim of missed whistles and shrug-off fouls. The WNBA has a duty, not just to protect Clark, but to uphold the integrity of the game. Because if this trend continues unchecked, it won't just hurt one player, it'll hurt the league as a whole. Caitlin's injury has kept her out of a number of games, which has a negative implication for her. Let's talk about Caitlin's exit from the games. Caitlin Clark's exit from All-Star Games. Caitlin Clark, the standout rookie and rising star of the WNBA, recently delivered heartbreaking news to fans across the country. In a statement released on Instagram by her team, the Indiana Fever, the 23-year-old guard revealed that she would be sitting out both the highly anticipated three-point contest and the 2024 WNBA All-Star Game. "I'm incredibly sad and disappointed to say I won't be able to participate," Clark said. "My body needs rest. I'll still be at Gainbridge Fieldhouse cheering on everyone and helping Coach Sandy Brondello lead our squad to victory." Clark's announcement comes just hours after a worrying scene during Tuesday night's game against the Connecticut Sun. In a tightly contested matchup that ended in an 85-77 win for the Fever, Clark appeared to aggravate a previous groin injury in the final minute of play. It was only her fourth game back after a 5-game absence due to a groin strain on the left side. This time, however, it seemed to be the right side giving her trouble. The injury happened shortly after she assisted teammate Kelsey Mitchell with a perfectly timed bounce pass that led to an easy layup. But as the play moved on, Clark was seen limping, her hand gripping the inside of her right thigh. Frustrated and in visible pain, she slowly made her way up the court, then lowered her head into the cushioned basket support in what appeared to be a moment of anguish. She later sat on the bench with a towel over her head, trying to hide her tears from the crowd. She just felt a little something in her groin, Fever head coach Stephanie White said in a post-game press conference. We'll get her evaluated and go from there. Clark, known for her ironclad durability, had never missed a single game in either her college or early professional career before this season. However, this year alone, she has already been sidelined for 10 games, including 9 regular season matchups and the Commissioner's Cup final. Despite her injury, Clark still made a significant impact in Tuesday's game, though she had a challenging night shooting the ball, scoring 14 points on 4 of 14 shooting, including just 1 of 7 from beyond the arc. She came alive in the fourth quarter, contributing 9 of her 14 points when her team needed it most. She also grabbed 8 rebounds and dished out 7 assists, helping the Fever secure their 3rd straight win and improve their season record to 12-10. The Fever are now 5-5 without Clark, a testament to her importance on the floor. Adding to the bittersweetness of her absence is the fact that Clark was recently named a captain for the All-Star game, an incredible honor for a first-year player. She had also been selected to compete in the fan-favorite three-point contest. Both events were expected to be major highlights of All-Star Weekend, and Clark's participation was a big draw for fans nationwide. Clark's season stats remain impressive, with averages of 16.5 points, 5.0 rebounds, 8.8 assists, and 1.6 steals per game. These numbers not only highlight her skill and versatility, but have solidified her as the frontrunner for the 2024 Rookie of the Year award. While it's a tough pill to swallow for Clark and her supporters, her decision to prioritize health reflects maturity and long-term focus. Even though she won't be playing in the All-Star events, her presence on the sidelines and support for her team speaks volumes about her leadership and sportsmanship. As the Fever prepare to face the New York Liberty next in a back-to-back series, all eyes will be on updates regarding Clark's health. Her talent has already reshaped the landscape of women's basketball, and fans everywhere are rooting for a strong, healthy return. It is amazing to have an icon as a youngster. Let's travel into the details of Caitlin Clark's journey to the spotlight, breaking records. Caitlin Clark's historic journey. Caitlin Elizabeth Clark, born on January 22, 2002, has quickly become a household name in American sports, especially in women's basketball. Currently playing as a professional for the Indiana Fever in the WNBA, Clark's impact on the game goes far beyond the court. Her remarkable talent, fierce competitive spirit, and record-breaking achievements have earned her the reputation of being one of the greatest female college basketball players of all time. Fans and analysts alike refer to her extraordinary influence on the sport as the Caitlin Clark effect, a term used to describe the surge in popularity and excitement around women's basketball thanks to her dynamic presence. Clark's basketball journey began in West Des Moines, Iowa, where she attended Dowling Catholic High School. Even as a teenager, she was already showing signs of greatness. She earned the prestigious honor of being named a McDonald's All-American and was ranked the 4th best player in the country by ESPN. Her skill, vision, and scoring ability set her apart from her peers, and it was no surprise when she chose to play college basketball for the University of Iowa. From the moment she stepped onto the court as a freshman for the Iowa Hawkeyes, Clark made headlines. She led all of NCAA Division I in scoring during her first season and earned All-American honors. In her sophomore year, she became a unanimous first-team All-American and made history as the first woman in NCAA Division I to lead the nation in both points and assists in a single season, an astonishing accomplishment that showcased not only her scoring ability, but also her leadership and playmaking skills. Her junior season was even more spectacular. Clark was named the National Player of the Year and led Iowa to its first ever appearance in a national championship game. Once again, she led the country in assists and broke the Big Ten Conference's single-season records in both points and assists. In her senior year, she solidified her legacy by repeating as National Player of the Year and helping Iowa reach the national title game for the second year in a row. During this final college season, she broke the all-time NCAA Division I scoring record, set new records for three-pointers, and became the all-time assist leader in her conference, while also leading the entire nation in both points and assists. Clark's brilliance didn't stop at the college level. As a youth international player, she represented the United States and won 3 gold medals, including 2 at the FIBA Under-19 Women's World Cup. In 2021, she was named the most valuable player of that tournament, further confirming her status as a global basketball star in the making. In 2024, the next chapter of her career began when she was selected as the #1 overall pick in the WNBA draft by the Indiana Fever. Clark's transition into the professional league was seamless and electrifying. In her rookie season, she not only met expectations, she shattered them. She won the WNBA Rookie of the Year award, was selected for the All-WNBA First Team, and appeared in the WNBA All-Star Game. Her performance on the court was nothing short of historic. She broke the league's rookie scoring record, set new marks for single-season and single-game assists, and became the first rookie in league history to record a triple-double. Caitlin Clark is more than just a talented athlete. She is a cultural phenomenon, an ambassador for women's sports, and a source of inspiration for the next generation. Her rise from a small-town Iowa girl to a national icon proves that with passion, perseverance, and unmatched skill, greatness is within reach. And the best part? Her journey is just beginning. So, do you think Caitlin Clark's tests are really similar to Michael Jordan's? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.